Hello, YouTube. So obviously this isn't my usual background, which means I am home for spring break, not in New York anymore. I am in Maryland. Out of the 3 times that I've come home from college, this has definitely been the most eventful, and it's only been like 3 days. But before I get into my spring break, I said that I would show you guys pictures from my rugby tournament, which I will do right now. So now we can talk about spring break. First of all, my dad is dating someone. I mean, I can imagine it's gotten pretty lonely, me being in college, my brother doing all of his high school-y things, and him being single, but it's still so weird that he is dating someone, and he met them on OkCupid. Apparently she's nice, my brother, shook hands with her or something. She has, a 20-year-old son, and I'll be meeting her and her son at a robotics competition this week. The worst part about this is, she doesn't have a Facebook. She deleted her OkCupid, and I was trying to read the text that my dad was sending to her, and he turned his phone away. It's been so hard to creep on her. Ew, I hope they weren't sexting. And then the night I got back, I went to this, super bro party. All the guys were as stereotypical, guy as you can get, and all the girls were, super slutty. Is that politically correct? I mean, it's really the only way to describe what they were like. But my point is, this was, a complete opposite from my college life. My home life and my college life are completely different. Most of the people I hang around in college are part of the queer community. Mostly gay men is who I hang around, really. And there's so few girls at my college. And then I come back home to these, super bro, super heteronormative guys. And just all these girls all done up, makeup plastered on. Not a lot of clothing, but, the clothing they were wearing was all, bedazzled. I found that in these two, very different groups of people, my personality is very different. But that observation is really unrevolutionary. I mean, that's obvious. You act differently usually around your parents than you do around your friends, so you'd act differently around two completely different groups of people. But what I really found interesting is how my sexuality just seems to change on a whim. Because like I said, there are not a lot of girls at my college, it's a lot of gay men. So I find that my sexuality kind of leans towards gay man. And then when I come home, and I'm in that dynamic, I find myself definitely not attracted to any of these bro-y guys. And then I look at the girls and I'm like, you are attractive, you are attractive, you are attractive. My college just deprives me of girls. But there is an abundance of men to look at. I just have to work with what I've got in front of me. So I went to that party, right? And then the very next morning, I had to wake up 8 in the morning. That was not fun. To go to my old rugby team's rugby game. Their first game. Keep in mind, my old rugby team was a girls' team. None of those girls had seen me since I started testosterone. Some of the adults, the coaches, some of them, they don't have me on Facebook, so they didn't even know what was going on with me. I got out of the car, the head coach was like, you sound really sick. The EMT that we had, he kept mamming me, what? There's this one coach on that team, he's also a teacher at my high school that I went to. And since, my transition was very present in my high school, so since he was my high school teacher, he knew what was going on with me. And he used male pronouns better than any of the girls that knew, better than anybody who knew. He used it consistently, he used it in front of the guy that kept calling me ma'am. It meant so much to me. I know how hard it is to be different than everyone else around you, and when you're using different pronouns than everyone else, I know that's awkward, and he was doing it. It was so nice, but that whole experience was just one big gender fuck. He's and she's and ma'ams and sirs and people not knowing what was going on. They'd be like, what's wrong with your voice? A lot of other alumni of the team came back for this first game. It's a lot of school spring break right now. And so they needed some help with the drills. So they got me and the other girls who came back to help with the drills before the game, to get them ready. So I was there basically playing rugby with these people, and a lot of people from the rugby team remembered me from last year, but there was a lot of new girls, and they were like, what is this dude doing, playing rugby with us? And then, of course, they heard everybody going he, she, ma'am, sir, whatever, and the new girls were just confused. It was so fun. Lots of times when I'm in situations like that, it's really awkward, but I don't know why, I just had so much fun. I really missed that team a lot. I loved that team. And just going back and just having all this, confusion around me, I don't know. I don't know why it was fun. It probably shouldn't have been. I'm just comfortable enough in myself now that kind of stuff can amuse me. One more thing about the rugby game, my ex-girlfriend showed up to it as, alumni, and she fucking hates me. She wouldn't even look at me. It was so funny to me, again, like something that really shouldn't be funny to me, but I just found it hilarious that she just completely ignored my existence entirely. Whatever. So there is my update. I know it's been a while. I have a video on FTM Transtastic this Thursday. As usual, this topic is sex, so you don't want to miss that because people talking about sex is always funny. I love every single person on that channel, so you should watch every single person on that channel, or at least me, or not even me. Just reminding you that there's a video there. And now this video is like over 5 minutes, and I don't like that, so see ya.